What's up, YouTube? You all might have heard about the meeting about the Ukraine and United States, Trump and Zelensky, and they was meeting to discuss, you know, different issues and something about the mineral signing, and they got into it. Zelensky seemed to step out of line after talking to J.D. Vance. Trump had to put him back in place. Was that good or bad? Was Zelensky out of line, you think, for basically trying to stand up for his country and telling the United States that the United States has problems as well, which is true? But was he coming from a position of weakness since they need the United States, like Trump said, to help them out? And so should he have just, kind of shut his mouth a little bit, since Ukraine is not in a position dealing with Russia right now to really talk tough? So was it an issue of pride, you think, with Zelensky? And so no matter what the position that Ukraine is in, he's still standing strong and trying to put on a good front? I don't know. But I'm going to let you all hear the video and the shouting between the two and let me know what you all think. Fair use, YouTube. Fair use. Here we go, guys.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that. Remember this. You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. But right now, you don't. You're playing cards.
So is Trump right about that? Ukraine? I mean, basically, we've seen what has happened over there. They don't have the cards. It doesn't, we're on the outside looking in as citizens over here in the United States. They really don't have the cards. And now Trump is right about that. We've seen what Russia's invasion has done to that country. And so if you don't have the cards, is it best to kind of stay quiet? What do you all think? Let's continue.
You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country, that's back to you, far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once? This entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning.
And do you all really think Ukraine can come out of this on top with the Russia situation without the United States government intervening and helping? Trump just said they're not winning this. Is Trump right? And if the United States does back out, does that possibly trigger World War III, like Trump was saying? He said Zelensky is playing with World War III right here. So, let's continue.
Of the war, we've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks.
You haven't been
in this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you through this stupid president $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military equipment,
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about West
If
people?
you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course he has.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times to American people.
Except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards.
Thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
With guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me.
For you what,
that wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry, here.
It'll be a tough deal to make, because the attitudes have to change.
What if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks?
The instant relief for snoring at home.
Hey, stop using these things for snoring. This is what you're...
Peace talks. What do you do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden, because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia, the 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam, and he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened, but he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out.
So there's the ultimatum right there. Make a deal or the United States is out. I mean, Ukraine does not have the cards. And if anybody else, you or me, are in that position where we don't have the cards, then we best to make a deal for now until we can get into a position of power. Now, I think Zelensky is standing on pride. He hates being in this position. Probably doesn't even really want to make a deal. But Ukraine needs help right now. And, you know, he probably doesn't want to look weak on camera in front of the world. But, you know, he has to play it smart. And, you know, this shouting match, you know, doesn't make him look any better. But, you know, that's how it goes when we're talking power.
You don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right. I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh? This is going to be great television. I will say that. All right. We'll see what we can do about putting it together.
All right, that's enough. So you all pretty much gotten the gist of it. And, you know, what do you think? Should Trump have been a little nicer and telling him outright you don't have the cards? You're not being, you know, JD telling him you haven't said thank you. And Zelensky is just not in the place to say whatever he wants. If not, you know, and the United States backs out, and then he says you all lose. Trump says we gave you weapons to help. Blame stuff on Obama and Biden for not really, you know, helping Ukraine in the past in terms of what they gave them. That wasn't enough. And again, he went on Biden and how much he sent over there. Trump said $350 billion. I heard somewhere else where Zelensky said it was only $180 billion. But, you know, it's been a lot that they've been, United States government sent there under the Biden administration. I do know that. And, you know, Trump is here trying to throw them a bone and really help them out. Or otherwise, you know, like Trump said, could be World War III. So what do you all think? Who was in the right, who was in the wrong here in terms of, you know, words being used with Trump and Zelensky? And do you look at Ukraine as not having the cards as well? That's how I look at it. They don't have the cards like Trump says. And so they need the help right now. But anyway, let me know what you all think in the comments about this shouting match. It kind of went off the rails. It started off, you know, clean, and then it got to that. And I think pride kicked in from Zelensky being the president of Ukraine. But, you know, just because you're the president of something or the CEO, the leader, whatever, doesn't mean that you can't get into a position of where you need help and you actually lack power, no matter what your title is, president, king, premier, you know, prime minister. I don't care. So let me know what you guys think in the comments about this exchange between these two presidents. And like, share, and subscribe as always. The channel is Facts or Feelings, no spaces, all one word. Put that in a YouTube search, Facts or Feelings, no spaces, and my channel comes right up. I'm out.